Hello there! Welcome to The Daily Discussion, the daily show where I talk about anything, honestly and openly. Any topic is open for discussion if I feel it could be relevant. If you have suggestions for topics, then feel free to let me know in the comments, or if you have questions that you would like answered on The Daily Discussion, you can send them to mailtuskey@gmail.com. That's mailtuskey@gmail.com. The topic for today shall be Titan, Blizzard's secret little project. It has been cancelled. So, what does this mean? How will it affect WoW? Let's have a quick discussion about that. Titan was essentially Blizzard's way of killing WoW. It was going to be some kind of next-generation MMO, we don't really know much about it, and it was basically Blizzard's way of moving on after World of Warcraft had run out of life. So once WoW had reached the end of its lifespan and, we'd gone through all the different expansions and all the big lore characters are dead and we've won and, basically, once the game is ready to be put down, Blizzard would release Titan as their next big, huge MMO and leave WoW behind to die. That's the way that the gaming industry works. They're going to have to make new games, and they have been doing so at a pretty good rate. So it would have been interesting to see what Titan would have been like, their replacement for World of Warcraft. Now, I've always been a firm believer that other MMOs, despite their trying, cannot kill WoW. The only thing that can kill World of Warcraft is Blizzard themselves, through either making a terrible mistake, which is very unlikely because they don't make that many terrible mistakes, or by releasing a new MMO to replace it. And that's going to be much more likely. Titan was that project. It was Blizzard's way of moving on. And now, it has been cancelled. Why? That's the question. Why? So, in an interview with Polygon, Mike Morhaime, the CEO and co-founder of Blizzard Entertainment, said that, and I quote, "We had created World of Warcraft, and we felt really confident that we knew how to make MMOs. So we set out to make the most ambitious thing that you could possibly imagine, and it didn't come together. We didn't find the fun, we didn't find the passion. We talked about how we put it through a re-evaluation period, and actually, what we re-evaluated is whether that's the game we really wanted to be making. The answer is no." So there you go. There's the reasoning behind it. Blizzard have always said that they want to create games that they want to make and that they want to play. So far it's worked for them and they've made some really great games. And if they decided to cancel Titan, then it was because it wasn't good enough to replace WoW. Or at least it didn't meet their expectations, which were obviously very high. So first of all, this is not a bad thing, okay? If Blizzard has said, this MMO is not good enough, let's start again, and they're probably going to start again, it would be ludicrous if they didn't, then that's only good for us. I mean, it's only good for us because, first of all, we'll get more WoW stuff, because that means they have to keep World of Warcraft alive for longer, which is awesome. That means more stuff for WoW. And it means that they're going to try even harder the next time and get it right. And them getting it right is really important. More than likely, Blizzard will work on some other way to move the company forwards after the development for World of Warcraft ends. The game is the king of MMOs, that is unquestioned. And that's a title that Blizzard probably don't want to lose. I mean, if you had the biggest MMO in the world that earns you loads of money and that has a massive following and that has so many passionate people behind it, would you want to say, let's just drop that and do something else? No. You'd want to say, okay, when that ends, and it will end, because all MMOs eventually end, they'll eventually die down to the point where there just won't be any players left. It'll take a long time. Let me say that. It'll take a long time, but it will happen. World of Warcraft's subscriptions are going down, not up. I mean, it'll probably spike when a new expansion comes out every single time, which is good, but they will slowly go down. And Blizzard have to have some kind of plan afterwards. And making an MMO is expensive and time-consuming, so they have to get it right. And they know they have to get it right because they made World of Warcraft. They did it right once, they have to do that again. So, this whole thing may affect WoW a little bit. There may or may not be more developers working on the game once, they've stopped working on Titan. They may have some time to work on WoW, which is good. That's entirely speculation, though. It's impossible to guess whether or not World of Warcraft will have more developers on it now, and whether or not that will affect the game in any kind of way. It may be completely invisible. It may have some kind of lasting effect. We don't know. But I think it can only be good. It suggests, the cancellation of the Titan project suggests that we have plenty of World of Warcraft left to go, and that Blizzard have a lot of things left that they want to try out, which is just great. That's awesome. There's all kinds of different things that they can do with WoW in all kinds of different areas in terms of lore and story and gameplay and upgrades and all the different things that they can do and add. They obviously have plans, and they're not going to tell them to us, of course, but they obviously have them. Otherwise, they wouldn't say, this great big new MMO that is going to replace WoW, we're going to cancel it. I mean, there's only two things that could mean. One, they're going to work on something else and it's going to be better. Or two, they're fucked. That's really it. 2, they're just buggered and they have no way out. And I really think that Blizzard is not the kind of company that does that. I really think that Blizzard have made some of the greatest games on the face of the earth. I mean, World of Warcraft is my favorite game. It's so easy to forget that it's such a brilliantly designed game, and it's just remarkable in its design and its story and everything, really. I just love it. And of course, they have other games that they've released. I mean, they've made Warcraft 3, which is still a magnificent game to this day. I still play Warcraft 3 and I still love it. And they've made StarCraft, which is one of the greatest RTSs of all time. They've made Hearthstone, which is one of the best card games of all time. And they've made Heroes of the Storm, which is looking to take the MOBA scene pretty hard. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that does when it releases. So that's pretty evident right there. They make really good games, and if the Titan project was not good enough to be added to that roster of games, then they're going to start again, and they're going to make it so that it will fit that roster of games in terms of quality. And that is only good for us as consumers, because the better the games are, the more enjoyable they're going to be, and the longer we're going to play them, which is good for everyone. So don't panic about this, is what I say. It's not the end of the world. Of course it's not. And it's certainly not the end of the World of Warcraft. No. So ignore anyone that says anything like that. They'd really be stupid to do so, but I know that people will find speculation in anything. Really, this isn't that big of a deal. I saw the news about it and I was like, oh, okay. That's not the end of the world. If they'd said, oh, we're cancelling World of Warcraft, then yeah, that would be big news. Believe me, I don't want World of Warcraft to end. I really don't, because I'm trying to make my career out of World of Warcraft. And if they just randomly dropped it, then that would suck. And eventually Blizzard are going to drop World of Warcraft. There's only so much you can do with any kind of game. And they're going to have to move on and work on something else. I don't know what that something else is going to be. Probably very few people know what that something else is going to be. And they're probably going to be under heavy NDAs as opposed to what that's going to be. So all I can say is wait. It's going to take a long time. World of Warcraft may still be going strong 10 years from now. I hope it is. That would be really cool. But we don't know. We don't know how long it's going to last. And Blizzard don't really know. I mean, they probably have a better idea than we do, but yeah, they just don't know. Blizzard have made some really great games, and whatever they decide to replace Titan Project with, they will replace it, and it will be great. When they finally decide, okay, this is what we were after, whether it's toned up or toned down from what Titan Project originally was, they will get it done, and it will be awesome. And hopefully, you know, if World of Warcraft ends up dying, I can move on to that MMO instead, because Blizzard Entertainment is probably my favorite company. They've made mistakes, of course they have, and they have decisions that I don't agree with, but that doesn't mean I don't love them. They've made some absolutely phenomenal games. And, you know, every BlizzCon, I get suckered in. I really do. I look forward to BlizzCon this year. I've already got my virtual ticket ready. And who knows, maybe in the future we'll be able to go to BlizzCon, and maybe anyone that's there, we can hang out and chat and all that kind of stuff. I look forward to that, maybe. But anyway, that's really all I have to say on the subject. I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't go around soothsaying that this is the end of Blizzard or their MMOs. No. If they had not told us anything about Titan Project, and if word had never spread about it, and they just cancelled it in silence, we would have not known. We would all just keep going. And really, that's what we need to do. We just keep going and wait and see what they come up with, because they'll come up with something pretty damn awesome. I'm pretty sure of that. So that's it for today's daily discussion. If you have suggestions for topics or wish to send me your questions to answer on the daily discussion, you can email me at mailtuskey@gmail.com, or you can just leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your gaming endeavours.